All right, welcome back, and let's go over Shaman here. So Shaman, they got Overload Synergy. Overload Synergy, in general, it sucks. But one thing they've got, and as a common, one of the 5 best cards in the set. So let's get right into that. Let's see, what is one of the best cards that there is in the set? Pack the House. Summon a random 6, 5, 4, and 3 cost minion Overload for 2. So if we take this in general, a random 6 cost minion is going to be worth about 5 mana. So 5 mana plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So you're going to get 14 mana worth of stuff for 7 mana Overload 2. Well, we can ignore the Overload. That's absolutely insane. Let's take a look at some other cards. Let's take a look. Let's go over to Shaman. Let's go look at Tiny. Where are they? Tiny Toys. Tiny Toys. Artharina, Tiny Toys. There they are. Tiny Toys, 6 mana, summon 4 random 5 cost minions, make them 2/2s. So, Tiny Toys, you get 8 mana worth of stuff, plus maybe some bonus effects on there. So maybe 9 mana, 10 mana worth of stuff for 6 mana. Let's go for Paladin. And I know this is a little small, but I'm just trying to make a point here. Party up. Summon 5 2/2 adventurers with random bonus effects. So you get 10 mana worth of stuff, and then some of the effects don't matter, some do matter. It's like 11 or 12 mana. Oh, what else have we got? We've got up here, where is it? It is, I forget. Immortalized in Stone. Summon a 1-drop, a 3-drop, and a 6-drop with taunt for 7 mana. So you get like 9 mana worth of stuff, but they've all got taunt, so it kind of doubles down on that. So, any of those things where you pay 1 card and you summon a giant board is good, and this gets you significantly more value for that board than any of those other cards. So to me, this is, even with the RNG involved, this is very easily a 6-star card. Again, easily one of the top 5 best cards there is in Festival of Legends. This is a card that, Shaman might be the best class, or one of the best classes, just because of this and another card that they're getting in the set. Alright, so next one here, we've got Flow Rida. 2 mana, 3/2, battlecry. If you're overloaded, discover a spell from your deck. So, for this one, it's a 2-drop, but if you have overload, you can discover a spell from your deck. Like you could discover a Pack the House from your deck. I mean, that's pretty good. The problem is the overload. Are you going to have the overload? I don't think so. So ultimately, I can only go 2 stars on it. Like if you've got enough overload cards, this thing shoots up, but I think on average, you're going to just want to play it as a 2-drop most of the time. Alright, next one, Chill Vibes. Restore 8 health, finale, summon a 3/3 elemental with taunt. This is basically a souped up Earthen Ring Farseer with taunt, if you can play it on the finale. Are you going to be able to play it on the finale? I'm not sure, and that's kind of like what pulls it down for me. So, like, I don't think it's bad by any stretch. I think it's a 2-star card just because of the lack of reliability on the finale, but you can use this trade and then set up a finale where you can heal the thing you traded, and that's going to be fine. So I think this is going to be an okay card, just not a great card. Next one of the other really, really, really good cards in the set, Brass Elemental. Rush, Divine Shield, Taunt, Wind Fury. Okay, so basically what you can do is you can take this and you can throw it into enemy minions. It's like a better version of Reckless Mummy. You can take this, you can throw it into one thing, and you can throw it into another thing. You can throw this into a big thing. The Wind Fury means you can throw it into a big thing, and then you can throw it into a small thing. The only thing it's really missing is the lifesteal. And I might be overrating this a little bit. I think Reckless Mummy was like a high 4-star card. And yeah, I overrated this because I initially thought it had lifesteal. I'm still going to say it's a 5-star card. I'm just going to I'm just gonna remove a couple of things here. I still compare it to Canal Slogger. It doesn't have the lifesteal, but it's probably better, and it doesn't have overload like Canal Slogger. So I'd say I go from a 98 to a 92 on this card because I, for some reason, read lifesteal when it didn't have lifesteal. But in any case, it's still a 5-star card for its versatility and for being an elemental and elemental synergy and all that stuff. All right, next one here is Jazz Bass. Death Rattle, your next spell costs 1 less, overload while equipped to improve. So, 3 mana 2/2 weapon, that's bad. The death rattle, really irrelevant. You need to overload to make the death rattle worth it, and overload's going to be mostly spells. So it's like way too much going for it for me to actually think it's going to do anything. So in that case, I'm saying it's a 2-star card, mainly because it's a weapon. Mainly because it's a weapon. The bonus effect is kind of irrelevant. Best way to describe it. All right. Next one is Altered Chord. 5 mana lifesteal. Deal 5 damage to a minion. Costs 3 less, aka costs 2, if you're overloaded. Now, there's things where you can reduce its cost, like you can use the the jazz bass guitar, and knock this down to 3 and make it cost 0. I mean, that's possible. So basically, 2 mana deal 5 to a minion and life steal, that's it. 5 mana deal 5 life steal to a minion, that's it. I mean, it's not bad for Altered Chord. It's not bad. I'd say it's like about roughly a 3-star card. It's okay. Saxophone Soloist. 1 mana 1/2 battle cry. If you control no other minions, add a Saxophone Soloist to your hand. Alright. So, you play this on 1, you play a 1/2 that gives you a card. I mean, that's going to be in the 70s by itself. Like, pretty much every single 1 mana card that gives you another card is going to be in the 70s. And every turn that you run out of stuff, you play this, you get the card back, and then you can just keep on doing like that. So, I mean, it's a good card. And you know me, I'm the guy who called Gibberer. I called the initial Gibberer. I liked Gibberling, the Druid version, back when it was 1 mana until it got buffed to 2 mana, until it got nerfed to 2 mana because it was too OP and constructed. This is the new version of Gibberling, the sad saxophone Murloc here. So I really like this card. I have this card. I'm going to say it's a 4-star minus. I'm going to say, yes, this card is a 4-star minus. Not a 3-star plus, a 4-star minus because of that. Because I like the Gibber, but because I like the Murloc, the sad Murloc. Melomania. Next one. Each time you play a minion this turn, add a random Shaman spell to your hand. We've had cards like this before. We've had cards where, very cheap cards where you get a random card to your hand. And they have generally never really worked in Arena. We've had things like I want to say there was a Stampede in Hunter. There was another Hunter thing, like where you played a spell, add a spell to your hand. And those cards comboed off of itself. Like there was like the Hunter one that comboed off itself, the Stampede that comboed off beasts. So the Hunter card that comboed off spells. So this one, you don't even combo off itself. You need to have the minions in your hand to get these random spells. So ultimately, you're still paying no mana for a card, for multiple cards. So is this good? Yes, I think that the random Shaman spells, there are some bad Shaman spells. So ultimately, I only go 3 stars on this. I know someone like Adocton Merps are probably going to be a lot higher on this, but this is me and my evaluations on cards. Okay, next one, Inza. For the rest of the game, your overload cards cost 1 less. I don't know. Like, how many overload cards you're going to have? You're not really going to have. Like, hi, let's go. Let's get rid of combo. Let's go over to Shaman. Let's just see. What about overload? How many overload cards do you get as a Shaman? You get Canal Slogger. Like, do I need to... Yeah, let's say the sets here. Because let's get rid of the ones from old sets here. Because Canal Slogger is going away, right? So you look at the overload cards that you're getting as Shaman. There's really very few. Like 1, 1.5. You're saving a tiny bit of mana. Like, yeah, it's a 5 mana 5/5 basically. And like I know like that whatchamacallit, Pack the House is great, but you're picking this to make Pack the House better. I can't. So 2 stars. And then finally, Jive Insect. I can't do voices because my throat is still sore, because I am still sick. Transform a minion into Ragnaros the Fire Lord, Overlord 2. So, worst case scenario, turn 7, you play this, you play Hero Power, you turn your Hero Power into Ragnaros. You get a 7 mana Ragnaros. Ragnaros is going to be in the 80s, so this is a buff. So, on turn 3, or like turn 4, you coin this out. You get a Ragnaros on turn 4. Turn 5, you play this on a minion that's barely alive. You get a Ragnaros. This is absolutely insane. This is a 5-star card. This is just a great card to have. Alright, That's it for Shaman. We've got Warlock and Warrior next. I will see you for those cards. Later.